welcome to the Stevie Yarn Co. Knitting and Crochet podcast. My name is Maggie and I am the owner and yarn dyer behind Stevie Yarn Co. And if you've been here for a while, you can see I'm filming in a new location today. I am sitting outside on the porch of a cabin. My dad had built this cabin many moons ago, and he's no longer with us, so this is a very cherished space. It's a super adorable little cottage. I'll try to get some footage, insert some footage in here so you can see how beautiful it is. But today I just felt called to come out here and film my podcast because it's a beautiful day, very sunny. I am in just the woods, so there's trees everywhere. The sounds of the birds and all the little critters of the forest just make it super relaxing. So I hope that you have a cozy project or something yummy to sip on while I share what I've been working on. I have a few finished objects and just some works in progress I've been trying to slowly get through. So let's just get into it. I do have a couple pairs of finished socks today. I forgot to bring my sock blockers with me, so please bear with me. This cabin is only like 15-20 minutes from my house, so it's not a far drive at all. I just feel so grateful to be able to be here and film this. It feels very special to me. So I finished my Campfire Skies socks. I think last time I had finished one sock, but I have both done. I just did a shorty sock. I cast on 64 stitches, and then just did an afterthought heel. In like previous episodes, I always explain that I never really have like a specific formula when it comes to knitting socks. It's just very much what I'm feeling. The length of the cuff, the length of the leg, it's just always kind of very whatever I'm feeling at that time. So yeah, I wanted a pair of shorty socks. The only difference was I accidentally made two different cuffs. I did a 1x1 ribbed on the first cuff and a 2x2 rib on the second cuff, but literally nobody's gonna see that but me, and I don't really care. It's totally fine. Unfortunately, I am all sold out of the Campfire Skies colorway. You all showed so much love for all of my summer colorways, especially this one. This one seemed to be very popular. And just thank you so much for your love and support for all of that. So yeah, this is my first finished pair of socks. I have my second pair here, and these are my summer ween socks. I don't think I had these finished the last time I podcasted, but yeah, this is the summer ween colorway. It comes with a 100-gram full skein of this really pretty black variegated color, and then a bright pink and neon orange mini. I have one sock set of this left in the shop, and like I said before, all of the summer colorways that I have in the shop I will not be re-dyeing, so if there's anything that catches your eye, I would just suggest snatching it now. This was such a fun colorway to knit up. I don't really like celebrate summer ween. I did spend like a whole week watching all of the Scream movies, which was really fun because that reminds me of like summer in the 90s as a kid growing up, like watching scary movies with my sisters and cousins. So yeah, that's my second pair. I feel like I have been doing so good at just like clearing my needles and just trying to work through all of the projects I have. I did cast on one new one, but I'll talk about that later in a little bit. So those are two pairs of finished socks. I do have, those are the only two things that I had completed, was just the socks. I did pick up the opal sock that I've been working on, and I have made a lot of progress on that. this very beautiful purple and orangey yellow tones. I just love opal sock yarn. I think it is so fun to work with. It has such that nice classic rustic feel to it. I did not grab the tag, but I'll try to remember to share it in the description box of what the color number is, the color lot. So yeah, this is gonna be a long sock. I cast on 64 stitches and I did a semi-long cuff. I'm not really huge on super long cuffs. For myself, I just don't feel like it's necessary. I just need a little bit of a stretch, like to get my leg through, and that seems to do it. But yeah, I'll throw in an afterthought heel, and then it'll be another finished sock. It feels so good to be clearing the needles, and I am proud to say that I have not cast on any new socks recently. I didn't bring them with me, but the pair of socks that I was working on for my friend, I think once I finish this sock, I will go to that other sock that I was working on for her and try to get that finished, because if I get that finished, those will be done. And then I can come back and cast the second one on. And then I have like my Star Wars sock. I finished the first one and never cast on the second one, so I would like to also clear that off, get that done. And then I have another random sock that I left on the needles since fall of last year. It was the first colorway I ever dyed for Stevie yarn, and I finished the first sock and got really far on the second one but never finished it. So if I can finish all of these socks, I will have all of the free needles, and that is such a relief. I think I did talk about it on the last podcast about how I've been feeling that the more whips I have, the more overwhelmed I've been feeling, and I never used to be like that. I used to have so many at once, and I think it was just a way of me like coping with things, and like it always just kind of filled that mental space of like, oh well, I'm just gonna ignore this, so I'm gonna cast on a new project and not think about it. And for me, that wasn't very healthy. Where now I feel like I'm in a different place in my life where I'm like, I have all of these whips and I'm like, oh, this is so overwhelming to me. I can't. I need to focus on what I have and I need to get through them. So yeah, so that's my goal. And especially, I mean, we still have a while till autumn, but obviously like 4th of July, that holiday, once that holiday is over with, like my mind is immediately, I'm like, I'm ready for autumn. I'm ready for the coziness, just the cool weather, all of those rich, warm tones. I'm ready. So yeah, I've just been trying to clear as many needles as possible. I would love to go into the autumn season with free needles for everything, no projects, to just go crazy with whatever I wanted to make, because I do have some fall project ideas, so we'll see. But yeah, anyways, those are all of the socks that I have. I do have a couple other projects to share though. So the other day I had the random itch to pick up my moss stitch blanket, and I'm so glad I did, because I've been really enjoying it. I didn't want to bring my entire giant basket out here with me, so I just grabbed the 2 colors that I'm working on and the blanket itself. But the day that I had the urge to work on it, I went through my scrap bin of sock yarn that I've had for years and years, and I picked out all of the colors. I separated everything and I picked out all of the bright sock yarn colors that I want to put into the blanket. And then I separated all of the dark muted tones and left them in the basket, because I think I want to make a fall colored muted toned blanket. I'm not going to start that yet. It was just an idea, because, well, let me just show you, actually. Let me just show you what I have first and what my progress was. So here's the blanket. Like I said, I am using just the moss stitch, and I'm just crocheting a square. Super easy. I am also holding fingering weight held double, and I am just so in love with the colors and the brightness. Yeah, I made some decent progress. I'm pretty sure the last time I shared of when I even worked on it, I think I was like, maybe like here. So I made some decent progress. I love it. It feels so drapey. I don't have any like end goal when I would want to finish this by. It's just nice to have a project that I can pick up whenever I want something super mindless or when I just feel like working on it. And then I know the end result will be so cozy, and I am really excited. I want to share my little stitch marker I have here. I hope you can see it. It's a little teacup and saucer with little macaroons on it. It is so precious. So this is like my beginning around stitch marker, just so I know where to end. I did follow a tutorial, I think, on, I almost said Instagram, on YouTube, so I can link that. It's a very simple pattern. Very simple. And right now, not that it matters because this is all scrap yarns from myself, scrap yarns from other yarn dyers that I can't even keep track of at this point. But the one I'm working on right now, these are both from Stevie Yarn, and this was the Sunscreen and Pool Floaties colorway, and this was the Amortentia colorway that I had for Valentine's Day for Harry Potter inspired. So yeah, I do love this project. I was able to find a big picnic basket, and I just put all of my yarn balls in that I'm going to use and put this in, and it's just there whenever I feel like working on it. So that's been really cozy. And yeah, going back to wanting to start an autumn colored one, I will probably put this away probably like, sorry, I don't know if that's an animal or a bug. That was a bird. Now I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the blanket. Yeah, I think I'll put this one away for like probably the end of August, and maybe in September start on my fall inspired one. Like I said, it's just muted tones, and then I'll probably end up pulling this one back out in probably like December or January or something to keep going. It is nice to just have an ongoing project that like I don't feel rushed to get through. It's just something delightful that I can pick up and work on. Okay, I have 2 more projects to show you. Okay, so I picked back up the shawl that I started. I don't even remember when I started this now, to be honest. It has been on the needles for quite some time. I think I started it in like fall of maybe last year. Because I've never knit a shawl before, and I wanted to try it out, and I loved it, but it just got put on the back burner. I think I started this one even before I started my Wizard Treats shawl. So I am gonna say maybe that was August of last year, maybe. Anyways, this is the 1-row crescent shawl. I forget who the designer is, but I will put them up here and in the description. I do think, yeah, this was a paid for pattern. It is a super simple garter stitch pattern, a 1-row repeat, super simple. And this is the progress I've made. I feel like it might not look like a lot, but compared to where I was, I'm definitely making progress. And this yarn is so beautiful with these pink, just all of the different colors in this. I love it so much. This was a Madeline Tosh colorway, and it was called Pure Imagination. I don't think, I checked her website not that long ago, and I don't think it's a color that they carry anymore. I think this was maybe specifically for the Willy Wonka movie, which I don't even know when that came out. 2023 maybe? Or maybe it did come out last year? I don't remember, but so anyways, I love this pattern is meant for 1 skein of fingering weight yarn, so I guess more like a shawlette. But something else I have been doing is practicing my continental knitting. I am an English style knitter. It's just how I learned, and it's just what I've always done, and I just wanted to practice continental knitting, just to see how I would like it or how it feels. And I have to say, my hands feel so much better when I do continental versus English style. And I think I'm just such a tense, tight knitter. But I found with continental, I've been able to like relax my hands more. And I mean, who knows if that will change over time, like if I get more comfortable, if I'll still be like a tight knitter that way. But it has felt really good on my hands. But I was working on my socks the other night, and I tried continental on the socks, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know if it was like the size of the needles or what, but I just, like, my hands just could not do it. So I just continued with English style, and I'm like, maybe I'll just do both, or if I get better at continental, maybe I'll learn. Either way, they're both great ways. It's just, for me, it was a matter of finding ways that I can maybe help my hands out a little bit, because sometimes they really do hurt. And I'm always mindful of trying to stretch my hands, take some breaks. But yeah, so that was exciting, getting to learn some continental knitting. And so yeah, this shawl also, I have no worries of like trying to hurry up and get it finished. I mean, this is how much yarn I have left, and I think it's still going to take me a little while, but this is honestly what I've been working on the most. Once I picked it back up, it's like all I've been wanting to do, because it's very mindless. But yeah, so that's the first shawl. I do have a second shawl. I forgot to bring them with me, but I wanted to share. I dyed up 2 Shark Week inspired colorways for the shop. I dyed up, the first one is called You Ate My Bird, and it is inspired by the movie Deep Blue Sea, which is one of my ultimate favorite shark movies. So let me show you, I did cast on something with that, so let me just show you that, and then I'll talk about the other yarn after. So I have it in this Jaws bag. I found this Jaws bag at Five Below like months ago, but I just thought it was perfect. It's just a nice, I love a good canvas bag. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to cast on a shawl, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to cast on. I asked people on Instagram if they had any suggestions for patterns, and people sent me some of the most beautiful shawls, and like I looked through them and they looked very beautiful. And then I went on Ravelry and I was checking out some free patterns, and I was like browsing patterns, and I don't know, even though I knit a lot of like socks, I'm still very new to like knitting in general, like garments and stuff. Like I only know how to like do certain increases and certain decreases, so like I'm still new, I would say, when it comes to like knitting techniques. So I've only ever knit 2 shawls, and I think shawls might be like the perfect way to probably learn new stitches and techniques. So I looked at all these patterns, and a lot of them were like new techniques that I knew I would have to look up, and I just kind of didn't want to do that. And I was like, I guess I do kind of want something mindless. At first I felt pretty open to doing something new, but then I was just like, actually I kind of just want something mindless and easy. So I cast on another 1-row crescent shawl. So this is the colorway. This is the You Ate My Bird. And just for reference, in that movie, LL Cool J, if you know who LL Cool J is, he's in that movie, and he's like a cook, and they it's like a scientific or a science research facility in the middle of the ocean called Aquatica, and like they do research on these sharks, and they like put stuff in their brains and they become like stronger and smarter, and they like flood the facility. Anyways, long story short, LL Cool J's in there, and he has a parrot, or is it a parrot? I think it's like a parrot or something. And when stuff is going down, the shark eats the bird, and then like later LL Cool J, like one of his quotes is like, "You ate my bird," and then he like sets the shark on fire. So sorry for spoilers, but if you are into like sharks and like stuff like that and you've never watched that movie, it was a, I think, late 90s movie, and it's just one of my favorites. It's so good. So anyways, yeah, that's what this color was inspired by, like the life at Aquatica. So just these ocean hues, so just like blue and gray, white, and yeah, that's it. I am loving how much this color is working up. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm using a size 4 needle for this. My other shawl, I think I'm using a 3.5 needle. The nice thing about this pattern is you can use any size needle, any size yarn, which I think is so awesome, because like I love a good pattern that's like comfortable to make many of them, and I feel like this is going to be one. Like I can see myself making some gift shawls with this pattern. Anyway, yeah, so that's how far I am. Not super far, but I'm getting there. I have to share this super adorable stitch marker. It's a little clam with a pearl in its mouth, and this was by Ashley from Green Hearts Treasury. I have talked about her before. She's so lovely and so sweet. But yeah, also she still has some beachy themed charms on her Etsy shop, so be sure to go check that out. So yeah, this is my most recent work in progress that I started. This is the only new thing that I cast on. Everything else I had finished. The only thing I didn't bring with me today was the crochet tank top that I was working for my friend. I finished it. I did not give it to her yet, and I'm crossing my fingers that it fits her. I have not gotten to see her, so I don't know if it fits yet. So it's just sitting on my desk, and I forgot to bring it with me. But it did turn out really pretty, and once I give it to her and she tries it on, and as long as it fits okay and she loves it, I'll take a picture of her in it and share it next podcast. But yeah, so that's my recent project. So I'm feeling really good about clearing the needles for projects, clearing out old whips that have been lingering, and just enjoying the process of just finishing them, and then like the excitement of starting all, like whatever project I want to start, I can do. I probably will cast on. I do have some sock yarn from Stevie Yarn that I've been wanting to cast on, but we'll see. I do also have some gift socks that I told people I'd make that I also need to start as well. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the shop. So I have the You Ate My Bird colorway, and then I have another colorway I didn't bring with me, but I'll share on the screen. And this colorway is Saltwater Magic, and I just wanted a very like softer colors, oceany, beachy themed colors. I had a absolute blast dyeing up the Summer Sock Palooza colorways. They were so bright and airy. Oh, there's a wasp right there. Ooh, please go away. I don't want to get stung. Okay, I think it's gone. Anyways, I had an absolute blast dyeing up the Summer Sock Palooza colorways. They were so rich and bright and neon and so much fun. And now that summer, I mean, we still have a bit of summer left, but this time of the year for me, I'm like ready, I'm like over summer, and I'm ready to go into more muted, toned down colors. So I do have some colorways that I'll be dyeing up in the next few weeks to share, but those are just 2 fun colorways that are available in the shop. Now, if you're interested, yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about. I don't really have any solid project plans quite yet. I'm trying not to think about that. I'm just trying to think about the projects that I want to clear off my needles and get done, and then I can go crazy with casting on whenever I feel like it. So thanks so much for joining me today. I had a blast filming out here, and I'm like, maybe I need to come out here more because it's so lovely out here. I'll try to insert some clips so you can see. This is just such a sacred space, and I feel very grateful that we have this space, and it's where I can feel like closest to my dad. And yeah, it's really lovely and quiet and peaceful. And I brought some stuff to make some tea, so I might do that and knit a few rounds of my socks. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you take care of your heart and your brain, and I will see you next time. Bye!